Planet of the Apes is based off of a classic French novel about an astronaut who crashes on a planet full of intelligent apes. He's captured by them and treated as an animal, eventually escapes back to Earth, only to find that Earth has also been taken over by intelligent apes. The movie pretty much follows the plot of the book, with some important differences that changed it from an interesting story to a science fiction classic. I want to warn you, this is a spoiler review. If you're bothered by spoilers, you have been warned. Though these days they put the big spoiler right on the cover of the DVD. I mean, really, who doesn't know the ending? Saying that, 4 astronauts are out on a deep space mission at near light speed, which will have them age only 18 months, but they'll be away for thousands of years. The ship crashes on a planet that they believe to be somewhere around Orion. An oxygen leak had prevented the female astronaut's suspended animation from working, and she died, seemingly to have been dead for many years. The 3 survivors of the crash explore the planet, at first finding it to be barren and lifeless, but eventually they come across fresh water and plant life. And while they foolishly skinny dipping like a bunch of gentlemen from Kansas City, their clothes are stolen by human inhabitants of the planets. They find these humans skulking around in a nearby jungle, but then large intelligent apes on horseback show up and start hunting the humans. Another one of the astronauts is killed, and the other 2 are captured, one suffering from a head injury, and the main guy, Taylor, played by Charlton Heston, got shot in the neck. His injuries are treated, but he can't speak as his vocal cords are still healing. The apes are intelligent, have formed sort of an early industrial era society, and view the mute humans as savage animals with no capacity for thought or reason. Taylor comes under the care of 2 scientists, Zira and Cornelius, who believe that apes and humans share a common past, and they've been trying to convince the Science Council of their evolutionary theory, but they're always on the verge of being charged with heresy. Their boss, Zaius, has a particularly vicious anti-human stance and has been coming down hard on Zira and Cornelius, and this is doubled when Zira believes that Taylor, or as she calls him Bright Eyes, is intelligent and is trying to speak. This gets her in a whole lot of trouble, especially when she takes him home and he starts writing notes to communicate. Eventually, he's condemned to emasculation and brain surgery, made even worse by the fact that now he can speak once his injuries have healed, which most of the apes see as either being a trick or that he's a monster or a mutant to be destroyed. Taylor, Zira, and Cornelius escape to the Forbidden Zone, where Cornelius had once unearthed human fossils that predate the ape religion, showing that humans were around for a long time, as well as artifacts that show that humans might have been intelligent at one point. Zaius follows them and rejects these. He refuses to acknowledge that humans were ever anything other than savage. Even in the face of absolute proof, he denies that they're anything other than born killers. Taylor leaves, intending to find another part of the planet to live on, with one of the mute human women that he took a liking to, but he discovers the remains of the Statue of Liberty, proving that the planet he thought was light years from Earth actually was Earth, over 2,000 years in the future. Well, that's a hell of an ending. The book had a bit of a twist at the end, but nothing quite like that. Now, everyone focuses almost solely on the ending, almost forgetting that the rest of the movie is great too. It has a lot of really thoughtful stuff in it that makes you rethink the way we treat animals and the way we think about ourselves, and how it would be if the tables were turned. The acting is superb. Though Charlton Heston basically just played himself, it works perfectly for this. And who can forget the many classic lines from this film? The special effects are also great for the time that it was made. The apes don't really look realistic, but they at least look like they're alive and not cheap rubber suits, so there is that. The movie spawned 4 sequels, a remake, and a reboot, and I'll be getting to all those. But to speak of the original, all I can say is if you haven't seen it, you're really missing out. Planet of the Apes is a classic in every sense of the word. It would have been great even without its classic twist ending, but with that ending, it takes it over the top. 10 out of 10.